guys, good afternoon and happy Wednesday to everyone.
Mama's sick and I'm sick. So today we're gonna show you how Mama's family.
So anyway, I want to share. So as you know, I was been out in YouTube for 15 days to be exact, and I
Yes.
was so ill. And I want to share with you what exactly happened to me and my family. And first and foremost, I would like to thank to all you guys who send your prayers,
To send your prayer who
and also for Aguni Singh, my friend in India, who also offer a prayer
thank you
for
Mama's,
me and my family for the fast recovery.
thank you.
Yes. So actually right now I'm in the 16th day. I'm not really totally 100% okay. From on and off, headache still there, coughing's
Like
there.
on and off like
Just
this.
mild now compared before, but a little bit okay now. So I could able to stand. I could able to do small things.
Yeah,
I could
but
able
not
to-
a lot things.
Yes.
Only small things.
I could able to start. I could able to cook just a quick meal.
Yeah, just
But-
quick because Mama's not well.
Yeah, so right now,
And I need to look after myself and I need to look after Mama.
yeah, so
Mama should look after me and I need to look after Mama.
so right now I couldn't able
Like
to stand.
opposite sides.
I couldn't able to stand longer times, so right now we are doing a sit down vlog. So just want to share with you
What
exactly happened to us.
Me too, right?
So
Mama?
please keep on
watching and I
So actually,
Actually,
first, my husband has been working for the last 6 months at home. So because of this pandemic, so he was working at home. But then last month, 14, he was being called, not only him, but for everybody, that
Yes.
they should start coming back to office. Sorry.
my
They
mom's
should start coming back
And
to the
guys,
office.
remember, we are quarantined. We can't go anywhere. It's emergency. We can go to hospital.
So my their office, their staff, including my husband, was been told
Sorry, Mama.
to come back to the office full time. So that was on 14. That was on Monday. So that was the first time my husband joined back to office. So on September 14, my husband went, which is Monday. He has a meeting with that person whole day, which is also suspected with COVID.
Yes.
Okay?
And then when that.
So 14, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. So just a matter of 4 days my husband was in office. And then on Friday and Saturday, it was their actually holiday here. There's no office.
No.
So, but then on Friday, my husband is starting showing us symptoms of COVID. Okay, he start complaining of body pain, and that time we didn't really know that maybe it's just a normal flu, because that person that he had meeting with, he just came to know that he was tested positive only on Sunday. Okay, but then on Friday, my husband start developing body pain, just a little sore throat, kind of like that. We haven't think about it might be a COVID because the weather also here is changing. So we are now in to be in winter. So normally when weather changes, your body temperature also has changed. So you start having some cough or something like that. So anyway, so on Saturday, my husband start doing the steaming, okay? And she's having feverish. He's starting having feverish. So he started having feverish. So now he's doing steaming and what you call that? When you cover your entire body with a blankie and with the steaming inside. So he does that.
Yeah, does that some days.
And he has some lots of gargle of warm water with salt and drink lots of warm water also. And then on Sunday he's supposed to go back to work. On Sunday everything was just normal. So he went back to work on Sunday. But that's when he went to office, he was being told that they will do a pesticide control in the office. Okay? Yeah, because there are lots of cockroaches it seems. So okay, so they have sent back all the stuff home. Then I said to my husband, when my husband came home around 10:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
because he left 8:30. Then he
Yes.
came back to home na 10:30. Then he told me about this story that they will have pesticide. Then I said, why they have not done that on Friday and Saturday? Then anyway, moving forward, then while my husband was doing some office work at home, he received a message from the HR. It says that everybody has to go undergo COVID test. So I said to my husband, why he's asking that? Maybe they are not doing the pest control. Maybe they are doing the sterilization in the entire office. Maybe someone is tested COVID. Then my husband dig more information and he came to know that yeah.
Sorry guys, somebody's coming.
I have the home delivery, just wait. Sorry guys, my grocery has came.
And I got 2 candies. And I got this whistle. So I'm going to open it now. Let me try to open.
So now
Anyway,
where are we? Okay, actually my husband was being told, not only him, all the staff, that you only allowed to come back if you will have your COVID test done, and if it's negative you can able to come back to office. So that was on Sunday. So
yeah guys, this can go. Look.
So Sunday my husband has done the booking for the COVID test. Okay, and then he was being scheduled Monday afternoon. Okay, and then he got the result, but during that period my husband's showing already some symptoms. I know in my heart that he has the COVID, but of course we need to have the confirmation from the result. So that time my husband started wearing mask. He's started coughing already, and on Monday he gone to have his COVID test, and it was a drive-through, and we got the result on the next day, which is Tuesday, in the afternoon, around I think 2 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, he was tested positive. Okay, so I didn't get shocked because in his office they already have some COVID tested already COVID. So I'm sure he will have that also because he has a whole day meeting with this person who was tested positive. And then just a matter of 4 days, guys, My husband has been working 6 months in the house. Went back to office just a matter of 4 days. After 4 days, he was tested positive, and after that, the DHA has called. DHA means this is the Department Health Authority in Dubai. Okay, so they have called to my husband, and there are some interviews, how he's feeling. Is he feeling this, the cough is bad, or he's feeling breathing difficulty or like that, and if he has fever, and how mean what kind of living arrangement you have, like if there's a spare room where you could isolate yourself. But since we are living in a studio, we didn't have a one separate room for him to isolate himself. So the DHA took him on the next day, Wednesday afternoon, like 12:13 afternoon. He was taken away on Wednesday, okay, and he was taken to the facilities for all the COVID patients, but mild or asymptomatic patients, those who doesn't have symptoms, or just those mild, just cough and running nose, that's it, no fever. And then on that Wednesday, the same day evening, I start feeling feverish as well. So I was thinking maybe I was just get tired, because when my husband left the house, I washed all the clothes, bed sheets, changed everything, cleaned the house, mop. I put some Clorox on the floor, mop. I have mop everything. I mean, sparkly clean, okay, because the virus, I know, is my husband was all over the place in our house, so I have to clean the house. So in the evening, I was very feeling feverish, so I was thinking maybe I was just overworked that day. Then I just took an Adol or paracetamol and just slept. But then I get up in the middle of the night. I was shivering, vomiting, and nausea, and my fever was high, like 39. So so I was thinking maybe I got the virus. So on the next day, I'm start having a sore throat, just a mild sore throat. So where I since where I just drink hot water, okay, gargle some salt, what my husband did. I also follow that. Then it's just gone. And then when the days goes on, my fever progress so quickly, and then I'm start having vomiting a lot, and that was on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, on the next day, my fever again high, whole day my fever is high. It never goes down, even if I take paracetamol, never goes down. It's always high. And high means almost 40. Then no, I lost my smells, I lost my appetite, so I couldn't able to eat anything. So anything that I drink, like liquid, anything, I just threw out. No liquid will settle in my stomach. Everything is I throw up. And on that Thursday evening, I called the DHA to book an appointment for a COVID test. And in that time, it was Thursday. They are closed on Friday and Saturday, because government closed Friday and Saturday. So I have waited until Sunday to have my COVID test done. So that was done on Sunday, 9 o'clock in the morning. The same day, Sunday afternoon, I got the result. Me and my daughter had tested negative. Okay, we are not a COVID, we are negative. But then all my symptoms are COVID. Okay, so I don't know why the doctor explained to me that it's just sometimes it happened, they cannot detect right away. You have to be tested again after a matter of few days. So I supposed to go back that time, but then my body is just so down. I couldn't able to get up in the bed anymore. Okay, I was struggling so much. So since I am negative, but since we are negative, we are still home quarantine. Okay, so since I was negative, but still the fever is on, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea I have also, a little cough I have, and breathing difficulty I have. You know, when I breathe like I've run 10 kilometers, that like that. So it's just like very difficult. And then on that, if I've tested negative, I was tested negative on Sunday. Then on Monday, I supposed to go to see a doctor to see what exactly happened to me. But then I couldn't able to come out from the bed. I couldn't able to stand. So I booked my appointment on Tuesday. So I went see a doctor. They have done all my tests. So they have done influenza A and B, which is it's come out negative. They have done my X-ray, okay, which is X-ray is not really looking good, guys. I was in a very high chest infection. I have a chest infection which is so bad. It's not looking any good. What is good thing is there's no water. There's no fluid in my chest. That is the only good thing. Otherwise, they have to intubate me and remove those water in my lungs or in my chest. So it's quite complicated. It might create infections and all more. It will get worse. So luckily it was okay with antibiotics. And then second, I have a stomach infections. It was very bad. That's why the water, any liquid form, it doesn't settle in my stomach because my stomach has a really bad infections. Okay? And then next, I was dehydrated. Very bad. Also, when they are trying to put, because they have given me an IV drip and an antibiotic and and paracetamol, so my fever will come down because it was in 40. So they are giving me a drip. It was directly to my body. Okay, so they couldn't even find my veins because I was so dehydrated. So they are struggling to find my veins. And lastly, I have also urine infections. So they've done my urine also. I got the urine infections. So all my body is fully infected. I have so many infections in my body. So it was not really looking good at all. So I was there lying in that clinic for 5 hours to do all these procedures. Okay, I went, and after that we came home. I thought I will be fine because with all those injections, IV drips, those antibiotics, all those medications they have given me in the clinic, I thought I'll be fine. But no. Well, as soon as I reach home, I start shivering. I start again vomiting. It is back to zero again. I'm suffering again. So then I called up the doctor, and they're saying it takes time because of the infections I have, which is so bad. It'll take time to the body to accept all those medications. Okay, fine. So I have waited 3 days. Actually, no, not 3 days. It was 4 days. I waited 4 days, but then the feeling's still there. I mean, very uncomfortable, fever is high, vomiting is present, is still there. So at on the fourth day, 12 midnight, I ran myself to the emergency in the hospital. Okay, so another procedure they have done to me, because there is a protocol. Okay, since there is a COVID, they will not just accept you right away. They just have to put you in an emergency, and then they have done so many tests and everything. Okay, before they put you in one room. So to make sure that you are not a COVID patient. So anyway, fast forward, I went there, and then the doctor told me they have to repeat the test, the chest, the influenza, everything. They have to repeat, because they should have their own record of me from their hospital also. So again, I have to go through all those injections. I have all my wrist and arms are swollen because of those injections. So anyway, so they have done some tests again, and then they have given me additional medication, which is for, since I'm having breathing difficulty, they have prescribed me a medicine for that, and they have changed my antibiotics from my first clinic. So they have changed my antibiotic, and now I'm a little okay, and I have still taking some medications, but right now at least I could able to do small things. And all of this suffering, guys, every time I run to the doctor, every time I run to the clinic, my daughter is with me. She's just quietly sleeping next to me on the bed, and we don't have anybody in the house. So imagine when you are sick, if your family is not around, you have to do it everything on your own. There are some days that I couldn't even to move from the bed. I have to crawl to the kitchen just to make food for her. I have also to give her food, and she's a child. She doesn't understand. But sometimes she's very good. Not sometimes, but she's actually helping mama. She's giving medication for mama. And she cover mama with blanket if mama's feeling cold.
I even read Mama's story before Mama gets to sleep.
Yes, and she also massaged me. And every time we run to the emergency, even if she was sleeping middle of the night, when I told her, darling, we have to go, mama needs to go to the hospital, she just quickly stand up and get the emergency bag. She has an emergency bag where it's contained some toys for her, some clothes for her, and my ID, because my ID is very important because it is connected to my insurance.
Guys, look, because there's nobody else here, nobody else over here, so I need to come with Mama.
Yes, so that's what happened to me for the last 15 days. I was so very, very ill. I even during that time when I was so sick, I even start saying my grandmother, my two grandmother who passed away, I start saying them in my dreams. So I got scared because as we know, Filipino, we have a belief that if the person is almost in his, if he's almost like end his life, he'll start saying those ancestors who passed away or those loved ones who passed away. Because to be honest, guys, I'm not ready. I prayed to God that not now, I'm not ready to go yet. I still have, my daughter still needs me. Then, just not now. So, anyway, what else I have to say? That's all for today.
Guys,
Yeah. So that's all for today, guys. That's what actually happened to us. Actually, right now, my husband still hasn't come back yet from the facility, and he doesn't know when because he still have cough, and there's no update from the agency when they have to release, when he has to be released. So he's supposed to be there for 14 days. Yesterday, I think, day before yesterday was 14 days. But I don't know, up to now, there's no update when he's coming back. Of course, he's really eager to come back home now. He misses Isabella so much.
I miss them too much.
Yes, so once again, I would like to thank you for all your prayers, guys. That's really helps us a lot. And yeah, soon I will gonna start my cooking vlog again or other things once I am fully recovered. And thank you for staying. So please, guys, take good care of yourself, stay safe, and Corona is no joke at all.
Yeah, it's real. 100 people died because of Corona.
Yes. So I think this is our. So we have to end our vlog now, guys. It's getting longer. So anything you want to say? No?
I want to see.
Okay, guys. Thank you. And we'll see you to our next one. Bye.